face Pete Harrison first round. He actually broke on Sunday in qualifying. I think it was something with his starter motor or something, and he couldn't fix it at the track, so we ended up with the competition bye. Cool, that'll do. Cheers. Exactly the same as yesterday, she said. So, I'm guessing 967. 467. Second round, it turns out we faced Brett, who we were pitted next to with the blue Hayabusa.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, as soon as I let that, as soon as I fucking let that go, it fucking hit me in the wheel.
Did it?
Proper, just fucking. I was like that.
Just before the weekend.
Literally, no, fucking. I didn't mean that much. I did a pretty big burnout as well.
Yeah.
But no, literally, as soon as I fucking let go of the clutch, it just lit the wheel up. I was just like, well, that's it.
Because I couldn't hear you or see you, so.
That was a fucking close one.
Close, yeah.
I didn't think I was catching you.
Oh.
Fucking, I don't know if I was spinning off my clutch was slipping up the track, but I could feel fucking either they were doing something odd, and I'm like, fuck.
Let's work out.
Did we?
Yeah.
I bowled off.
No.
Right.
You did. Scott, you did a 953 at 130.
Fuck's sake.
888 at 141. And you're through. Fire to the final. Down in front.
Are we ever going to race and not both break out?
I told you. Oh, you got to 890.
I know, that's what I thought. It looks like he's catching me. I'll make sure I get on the race.
I've got to go back and get my bike cooled down.
Yeah.
Scott, fucking
Well
great
done.
race.
I want to watch that one now.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah. See you down there.
Well done.
Leave the line and see if you can stop it on 12 seconds. I've been playing this game all weekend. I'm really enjoying it. Calm down here.
Alright, so we're on the way back from Santa Pod now from the Festival of Power. It's Monday evening, it's actually 8:30 at night. We had a pretty good weekend really. Not the result we wanted obviously, but we did alright. We got some points still. We're still there or thereabouts to where we need to be. We were just really unlucky in the end when we went out. But first qualifier Saturday morning, we actually went straight in pretty well. We went straight up to second place, which I didn't really expect. So yeah, we went a 9:56 on a 9:50 dial in. So 600ths off, and that put us second to start with, so that was an amazing starting position. I didn't think we'd be that close. We were running, last event we were running 950s, 955s fairly consistently, and in qualifying for this event we've slowed down to a 60, 67 I think it was. We ran 4 off consecutively over 2 different days, so it was still consistent, it was just a bit slower than I'd have liked it to be. So as it worked out, we had Peter Harrison in first round of eliminations, which was supposed to be last night, so Sunday night, but we got called down elimination. But as you saw it, the weather didn't quite hold off enough. We had a few little rain spats which they did get going again after, but they weren't going to get finished by curfew, and it was probably this time last night where we got sent back to the pits. So we didn't get round 1 elimination in last night, so that was this morning. Well, I say this morning, it was around dinner time because it rained all night, so they had a lot of drying to do. But yeah, we did as we normally did. That was another 967, so we thought, right, we're in good shape. Second round, we faced Brett, who we were pitted next to with the blue Hayabusa. Me and Brett have known each other for probably getting on 20 years really. We both raced in juniors, came up through that. We raced in Super Twin Top Gas, and now he normally races in 950 bike, but he chose this time to have a play at ET bike. So yeah, we faced Brett in the second round. I thought that was going to be really close as well, but he actually span off the line, which it hadn't span all weekend, that bike. It just lit the tyre up instantly off the hit, all the way to the 60 foot. So I looked round at the top end, seen it wasn't there, got off it fairly early, and yeah, just coasted through. That was a 979 that time, but I did click off the throttle and get on the brakes a little bit just to make sure I didn't break out. So third round, and we had Blade King, who is another one that come up through the juniors, which I used to race against. And he's on a new bike this season. He raced in ET last year on an SV650, but he's got a new bike for this season. It's a Hayabusa engined 7-inch slick and wheelie bar bike. Same setup as mine, but a Hayabusa motor. And they've really got that thing dialed in now. He's won the last 2 events, and he qualified 3rd at this one, I think it was. So they've really got on top of that bike. So I knew that was going to be a really close race. I knew I had to try a little bit more on the tree, which I've been struggling with. I did dial a little bit quicker just to try and help me out a little bit, trying to avoid breaking out as well, because I knew it was going to be to the wire. So we both left clean, fairly evenly as well on the tree. I think he did tree me a little bit, but I was green, so that was, when I saw the green light I thought this is on, so I was alright then. I think I was only in 3rd gear by the time I was looking back to see where he was. And I could see him come in, I thought he was going to catch us, but I also know he's running it flat out, so I thought he might break out. So we both got to the line, I got off it, got on the brakes, but it wasn't enough, and Blade did take the win. I think he said there was 0.04 between us at the finish line, so it was really close, but it was actually a double breakout, so we both went too quick, but Blade went closer to his dial, so he advanced. So we went from having consistent 967s to running a 962 after backing off and braking and losing 5 miles an hour. So I don't really know what happened there. It was a lot down to the weather. I think today there was actually a tailwind all weekend. It's either been red hot or it's been a headwind. So I did alter the dial in, I thought, to suit the tailwind, but obviously it wasn't enough. And there was a lot of people breaking out today, a lot of double breakouts as well, so it wasn't just us. So yeah, we went out in quarterfinals. Blade went on to have a bye run into the final, and then he won the final as well. So I think he'll be well in the lead of the championship, and I think we know who's going to be fighting for the title as well at the end of the season. But like I say, good points still. It's only the second round. We've got 3 or 4 more, so we'll carry on, and we'll be back at the next one for sure. I think there's a few bits we want to look at in the bike in the meantime. There might be a trip to a dyno just to double check everything's okay, just with that ET loss. But annoyingly, the one today, I believe would have been a 50 if I hadn't have got off the throttle and braked. So we went to 60. It was a 62 or a 63. So that might be that ET come back. It might have just been down to the weather, or if the tailwind did actually help it that much. And yeah, we'll do everything we can to do better next time. In a bit.